Alright, welcome to module number 2. In this video we're going to be talking about setting up your account with Amazon and particularly why you want to be doing retail arbitrage a certain way. So Amazon has this program called Fulfillment by Amazon, and basically what it means for customers buying your items is it means that they get free 2-day shipping on anything over $35. So for example, even if you're selling an item that isn't $35, like let's say it's 20 or something like that, they'll typically go and they'll buy something else to get their total up to $35 so that they can take advantage of that free 2-day shipping, which is awesome. I'm actually an Amazon Prime member myself, so I really love that as a customer of Amazon, as a buyer. The other nice part for customers is they deal straight with Amazon directly. They don't really have to deal with any sellers. Like, you're going to be a seller, they don't really ever make any contact with you, which is cool. So I'll explain that as well. So Fulfillment by Amazon, it's a program you want to be involved in. In addition, you'll get this little Prime status next to your listing here. It'll put a little logo there. That indicates to like customers like myself when we're buying something that, okay, this person is a Prime member, I'll be able to get my free 2-day shipping. And it also just gives them a sense of security, really, which is nice. So here's what this Fulfillment by Amazon means for you as a seller, and for myself as a seller when we're selling stuff on Amazon. The beauty of this program is that you're not going to have to ship items out to your customers. Okay? You're not going to have to store inventory. So how does this work? Well, basically, after you list your item on Amazon, you're going to take all of your items, package them up in a box. You're going to use Amazon's discounted corporate shipping rate with UPS. They give you their corporate rate, which is severely discounted. You ship your items into Amazon's warehouse, and Amazon will store all of your items for you. They'll sell them for you, and when they sell, they'll ship them out to your customer for you. And they'll do it all without having to even bother you. You'll literally get an email that says, Amazon shipped and sold your item. How cool is that? I mean, if you've ever sold on eBay before, it's kind of the pain with eBay. You're having to answer people's questions and talk to them all day long, and you're having to go and ship out items to them. And it's just Amazon selling is just way easier when you're doing Fulfillment by Amazon. And you get a lot more sales because they have all these Prime members' credit cards on file. So when someone goes and buys something, they just have to click add to cart and pay. And that's it. They don't have to type in their credit card. So it's pretty cool. So you want to get signed up with this. And selling on Amazon, you're going to go to this page here. I think it's just sellercentral.amazon.com. I'll include a link as well somewhere on this page for you. Basically, there's 2 different plans. And this is one of the expenses that I talked about in the sales letter. And it's an expense that you should take on. It's this $39.99 a month. So $39.99 a month, basically $40. This allows you to sell as a professional, and you'll just want to go with this. Otherwise, they charge you 99 cents per sale. And if you sell fewer than 40 items per month, obviously it just, if you sell more than that, I mean, it just makes sense to go with the sell as a professional. Now, going into this, you may think, well, there's no way I'm going to sell 40 items a month, because that sounds kind of like a lot, right? But I'm going to pull up in my report here. You'll notice at the bottom here, the very first month, I sold 348 items. So I kind of thought the same thing, like, man, I don't know if I'm going to sell that many because I don't know what I'm doing. But if you follow the guide, you're going to sell a lot of items. Okay, there's no doubt about it. You're going to sell a lot of items if you take action. So do yourself a favor and sign up for this professional thing right away. Get yourself going on the Fulfillment by Amazon program. Basically, you just click this button. You'll come through here, fill out the account information. I've already got an account created, so I can't create another one. So you'll just have to continue through this wizard and sign up. But this is the page you want to be on. You want to sign up for that professional listing. So just so there's no confusion there, sign up for that one. You're going to pay $40 a month. It's going to be well worth it because you're not going to be getting charged that $1 per listing fee, and you're going to be selling more than 40 items per month. At least you should be. If you're not, you will be really, really quickly. So like I said, my first month sold 348 items. Very first month, very first try at this. Never done it before in my life. And that's what I did. I know that you can do the same thing. So go ahead and your homework for this module is to go ahead and sign up for that account. Get that going. Just follow through the wizard. I mean, it's straightforward, just like you would create any other account. And they're going to ask you for your business name, address. If you don't have a business name, you just use your regular name. They'll ask you for your credit card and billing address, a phone number, and then they'll ask for your tax information, which if you don't have a business will just be your social security number again. All right, and that's just so that they can pay you when you sell your items. All right, so join me in the next module and we'll continue on. All right, guys, in this video we're going to talk about scouting. So it's important you have 2 different apps for scouting the right way if you want to make this work and if you want to make money with this. Because otherwise you're going to risk buying items that don't sell or that you don't make any money on if you do sell them. So these 2 keys are important. Profit Bandit is the first one, which I'm going to show you how we download that in a minute on my phone. I'll show you that. It's an app, so you're going to need to go to your app store, whether you use an Android or an iPhone, and search for it. And that app runs you $9.99 a month. The other one you're going to need is called Rank Informer. You can get that one by going to rankinformer.com, and you can hit the Get Started Now button. Of course, you can come and read about it. Or you can do this from your phone too, but you can do it from the computer as well. And this one is $9.99 a month as well, excuse me. But this one gives you a free 3-day trial. So you might just want to sign up for a subscription right away because you are going to be using both of them. Alright, so I'm going to take you into my phone right now. I'll film this on camera and show you how I go through the scouting process and use these 2 apps to make sure I'm picking out the right items. Alright guys, Paul James here, and I wanted to take you and show you with my phone how I would go and scan the items when I'm scouting for them. So obviously you're going to need the Profit Bandit app. You can see it here on my iPhone. If you don't have an iPhone or Android device, I guess you're probably going to need to go and get one. Otherwise this probably isn't going to work out too well for you. But go to the App Store, download Profit Bandit, and then let me show you the Rank Informer. Go to Rank Informer's website. There's a Get Started button right there that you can sign up for an account. If you already have an account, if you hit this little menu thing in the upper right hand corner there, it's kind of hard to see, there's a login button and you can log in, and the first time you do this it will actually put the it'll ask you if you want to save this. You hit this little thing here and hit add to home screen, and it's similar on an Android phone too. But you want to make sure you add that to your home screen. So they'll both be there just like that. And then when you're in a store, you can easily tap Profit Bandit, and then you can easily tap Rank Informer, and that'll make it easy for scouting. So let's open up Profit Bandit, and let's just go through the settings really quickly. Okay, so you're going to click on this settings button here. Hopefully the phone is focused enough. So on the settings button, you're going to select US if you're in the US. For profit display type, I normally do margin percentage. Seller type, you want to do FBA. And then yes for sell price based on FBA as well. It's usually a good idea. Other than that, everything else should kind of just be left alone. These are my settings if you want to like pause the video and make sure it's right, but it should be as default. The sales tax percent is going to depend on your sales tax percentage. Here in Wisconsin it's 5.6%. And that's it. So make sure those settings are set up, and once they are, you can go ahead and scan your first item. So the way you do that is you hit the little scan button here. Alright, and we're going to use this Twilight game again. You just put your camera over the barcode like this, and it's going to lock it in, and there it is. So you can see the category says toy, and it says a rank of 307,069. So that's one thing we're going to check, but first we want to set our buy price. So make sure that the buy thing is like really dark blue, and then type in your buy price. So let's say I could get this for 50 cents. So I would type in 0.50, and it'll tell me my margin. So it's telling me my margin is negative 341%. So obviously that's a really, really bad buy. right off the bat because we're not making any money. But if we wanted, we could analyze it by tapping the red margin thing, and it should be by default set on FBA, like the white part should say FBA up here. But it'll break down what you're going to pay in Amazon fees, and then it'll tell you what your profit is. And in this case, it's a loss of $1.64, right? So obviously very bad. But if, let's say, it was a good buy, what we would do from here is we would note down the category toy, note down 307,000. We would go back, select rank informer. All right, log in if you need to, but I'm already logged in. And I'm going to enter toy for my search. Okay, toy. And then I'm going to enter in 307,069. Okay, and then I just tap the analyze button. Okay, and even rank informer is telling me that I should not buy. Okay, it's telling me don't buy because the rank is obviously too high for this item and they just think it won't sell. So you want to make sure you follow that advice. Like if this was a really good profit margin, that would be one thing, but if rank informer told me not to buy it, then I probably wouldn't want to buy it because otherwise it's going to take a long time to sell and I don't want to be sitting on inventory. So let's try another one that I know is a good buy because I tested before, and I'm not actually selling this. I just bought these for myself. They're Bluetooth headphones, but nice headphones, by the way, if you're looking for a pair. Blue Buds X. Well, let's just try this one. So Profit Bandit, we're going to hit scan. I think my green screen is freaking it out. Okay, so here's a good example why I wanted to show you this one. You can see, let me focus the camera in. There's two different listings. So obviously you want to go with the listing that usually has the most sellers on it, is usually what we look for. And then we'll click that, and it's going to say, and you can also check out the rank too of both of them. Go with the one that has the lower rank. But you can see it says rank 158, categories wireless. Let's check out the profit. So let's just say theoretically I paid $55 for them. Okay, so I've got a profit margin there of 153%. Let's just say I paid more for them theoretically. Say I paid $100. Profit margin of 34%. Still excellent. Still a great profit margin. So if you want to look further into it, you click it and you see how much profit you're going to make. $32. So is it worth it for me to sell this to make $32 profit? Absolutely. Would it be worth it for me to sell it to make $1 profit? Well, then I might consider. If the item price was way lower, then maybe. If I only needed to make an investment of $1 to make $1, then I'd be all for it. But if I needed to make an investment of $100 to make $1 profit, probably not what I'm going to look for. So just look at the margin, you know, try to stay above 25 or 30-ish%. Lots of times we're finding margins like 50 to 100 and even above 100 many times. Okay, again, we'll just run through this one more time. Categories wireless, rank is 158. Let's open up rank informer and make sure that's going to sell fast. And these sales ranks change, so it's important that you double check them because 158 one day might be good and the next day it might not. So this works with live data. So we're going to hit analyze, see what it returns. Great buy. Okay, so if it returned great buy, I would buy it. If it returned good buy, I would still buy it. If it returned okay buy, I would still buy it. If it returned don't buy, that's when I don't buy. So basically I'll buy anything that doesn't return don't buy. If it returns anything else, it's all game for me. I'm going to buy it. And I'm going to buy out as many as I can, given it has a good profit margin. Okay, so this is how I scout. I hope that this kind of live walkthrough video is helpful. Let me know if you have any questions.
Hey guys, one other thing I forgot to mention is when you're in Profit Bandit, another thing you might want to consider is whether or not Amazon is selling the item, because if you can avoid it, you want to avoid competing with Amazon, because obviously they're probably always going to get a better price than you. So there's a chance that you buy the item and they lower their price until you don't make any profit anymore. So sometimes if I can get a really killer deal, I'll still buy items even if Amazon's selling them. But it's something to keep in mind. So in Profit Bandit, after you scan the item, you're going to see this little A box here. and you can just click that, and that's going to pull up a screen that looks like this. And if you scroll underneath where it says in stock, it'll say sold by, and in this case it says Brian's Toys and fulfilled by Amazon. So that's okay. But if Amazon was selling it, it would say sold by Amazon.com, and then that would be an indicator that maybe you want to reconsider, or at least make sure you're getting a really killer deal on the item. Okay, so that's just one other thing to kind of keep in the back of your mind. But that about wraps it up. I hope this video was helpful. Alright, in this video I'm going to show you how you go through the process of actually listing an item. It's actually pretty easy. So inside of your Amazon seller account, you'll want to go ahead and locate the inventory drop-down menu and click add a product. Alright, so on this page right here, you're going to go ahead and in this search box, you want to enter in the SKU number of your item or the barcode number. So it's right underneath the barcode. Enter it in and hit search. Okay, so once you've done that, you're going to see a list of items pop up. Now, you only see one on my screen, but there's a chance that there could be multiple items here on the screen. So what do you do if there's multiple items and they all look the same? Well, you'll want to actually go ahead and pick the one that has the same sales rank as what you scanned in Profit Bandit when you were in the store. So just double check them and pick the one, obviously with the lowest sales rank is going to be the best one. And you can also double check that with Rank Informer to make sure if you want. But if you only see one, there's nothing to worry about. Or if you recognize the title from when you initially scanned it in the store, again, there's nothing to worry about there. So just click the Sell Yours button, and then we'll be taken to the listing page. Okay, so on this page, there's not a whole lot we need to do. That's the beauty of Amazon. So we're going to select the condition of the item. In condition note, you could put something, about the condition note, like that it's brand new, or whatever you want. It's totally up to you. You're going to enter in your price. You usually want to go, like a penny lower than the competition, but use your own judgment on that. That's just something that I like to do. Okay. Other than that, for the shipping method, you want to make sure that you have the box checked that says, I want Amazon to ship and provide customer service for my items if they sell. That means that we're going to be participating in FBA. So then you can save those details, and that's it. You're done. That's pretty painless, right? So this screen that you see right now you can ignore for now because this has to do with shipping your items in, and we'll cover that in a different module. So if you have more items to list, you can just start all over. Go back up to inventory, click add a product again, rinse and repeat. Alright guys, Paul James here. A couple of things I want to mention before we get into shipping. So this will be done, after you're done adding your inventory or adding your items into the Amazon inventory. A couple of things I want to mention. Any items that have any sort of opening, like where the item is exposed, you're going to need to poly wrap it. And I've got a picture of the kind of poly wrap that I use. This is a roll of it. You can buy this at Walmart in the packaging tape section. It's right there. It's like $20. Otherwise, you can use poly bags. I know there's some people who use those, but personally, I don't like to buy a bunch of different size bags because if you do it this way, you're just going to make a lot more money because you're not going to have to spend the money on the bags. So that's what you're going to need to do. You're going to need to tape down any loose edges. If you do use the bags, if part of the bag is too big and it's flapping over, you will have to tape it down so there's no edges exposed. When it comes to items like Beanie Babies and stuff like that, I've got another picture here. You could go with just using a Ziploc bag. So I've done that before and no problems with that at all. And then just stick the item in there. But basic rule of thumb is if it's going to get dirty or something like that in Amazon's warehouse, it should obviously go into some kind of poly bag or plastic wrap. Okay, so I've got some other stuff to show you here. Here's an example item. It's poly wrapped, and I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller so you can see it all. It's poly wrapped. You can see, a lot of the package is inside, but there's parts where it's sticking out. You can see there's an opening right here where it says "Try Me." So this is a toy we listed. So you got to make sure that you're covering this up. Poly wrap this stuff, and then it's also going to need a suffocation label. You can see that in the lower corner of my screen right here. You got to stick a suffocation label on anything that you poly wrap. So in the PDF report that comes with this course, you'll want to probably review that section, because I've got some, specifically what should be on this tag, as well as what label sizes I use, and then I'll give you a link to Amazon's site to exactly where you can look up any details that you might need to know, just to make sure that you're following the rules 100%. We're going to be printing off the labels, barcode labels. So you can see here I've printed off my barcode label and I've stuck it over the existing barcode. So you want to make sure that any existing barcodes that are on the product, that they're covered up. So sometimes products have more than one barcode, so that means you should cover up the other ones with blank labels. But the barcodes that I'm going to be showing you how to print off in the next video should go right over. I put it right over the poly bag if there is one, and I cover up the barcode, because Amazon uses this internally to identify this item as ours, and I don't know, for their inventory or whatever. But for what we're doing, this is basically the basics that you need to know. And again, go into the PDF report, just read over that section. It won't take you very long, and grab the link to Amazon's site, and if you want you can take a look there too. But this is pretty much all I do. There's really not much more to it than this. So in the next video I'm going to show you how we start to ship it out, and then I'll do some more real life videos, I guess you could call them, where I take you and show you a couple of shipments that I sent out on a smaller order. Alright, join me in the next video and we'll continue forward. Alright guys, Paul James here. In this video we're going to be taking the items that you've gone ahead and added into your Amazon account that you're ready to sell, and I'm going to show you how you go and ship them out into Amazon. Okay, so in your Seller Central dashboard, go to Inventory, Manage Inventory, and then at the top here you're going to go to Inventory Amazon Fulfills and click that. So you want to go through all of your items here and then check the ones that you want to send in, and I'll speed it up so that you don't have to watch me go through all these items. And I'm also going to have to blur out some information, obviously. Okay, once you've done that, you're going to hit Send Replenish Inventory and click Go. Alright, you want to make sure that Create a New Shipping Plan is selected, and then Packaging Type is Individual Products, for my case anyways, and then hit Continue to Shipping Plan. Okay, so now you want to go through this list of items, and you just want to add in the number of units that you'll be sending in. So, many times, obviously I teach you that if you find a good selling item, you should buy as many of them as you can find. So you want to go through this list, and if you have 5 of one item, then mark the quantity that you're going to be sending in with this order. Okay, next you want to click Print Labels for this page, and you'll notice the settings that I used were 30 up labels, 1 inch by 2 5/8 inch on US letter. And if you go through the PDF report during this section, you can get a feel for the exact labels that I use. I've got a screenshot of them there, and they're just regular labels that you use for your inkjet printer. But you'll want to click Print Labels for this page, and it's going to download the labels. You can see I put a PDF file there on the bottom of my browser. So open that up, print them off on your printer onto the labels. Just use the Avery labels, and then you'll want to stick them on your items right over the barcode. And just a reminder, make sure that you cover up any barcodes that might be on the item. So if you have more than one barcode, you should stick blank labels over the other barcodes so that Amazon doesn't accidentally scan them. So you want Amazon to scan this barcode when they get them into their warehouse. Okay, so now we can see that Amazon wants us to send our shipment to 3 different warehouses. So we can click on the View Shipment Contents of each one, and we're going to know exactly how many of each item and which items are going to which warehouse. So obviously we'll need 3 separate boxes for this specific shipment. In some cases, we may need more than 3 boxes because the order that we're sending to one warehouse, we might not be able to fit all the items into one box. We might split that up into 2 boxes. So at this point, you want to go and find a box that this stuff can fit in for each order, and start packing the box with your items. And you can see that each shipment has a name. So this one's named as 1. So I'd like to normally label my boxes 1, and then for the next one, if it's 2, then I'll name it 2. And if I have to split an order up because it won't fit in one box, I'll name box 1 for that order 1A, and then the next box for that order I'll name box 1B, just so that I know that they're going to the same warehouse. And then you just want to go and pack your box. And then you'll go ahead and click work on shipment, and notice that again these are all going to 3 different warehouses. So start with the first shipment, and again, if you have multiple boxes in that shipment because you couldn't fit them in one box, just make sure you make note of that. And when you click work on shipment, you're going to select small parcel delivery. You're going to select Amazon partnered carrier. That makes sure you get their UPS corporate rate. And then you'll want to go ahead and start typing in your box's weight and your box's dimensions, the length, width, and height. And if you don't have a postal scale, I mean, I guess you could use a regular scale, and if you did that, you would weigh yourself first and then weigh yourself holding the box, and then the difference obviously would be the weight of the box. Okay, so I've got both of my boxes in there, and I'll label those boxes 1A and 1B just so that I remember that they're for the same order. And I'm going to hit the calculate button. It's going to tell me how much it is to ship it. You have to keep your box's weight under 50 pounds, which is why I had to split this up, because if I would have put all in one box, it would have been way over 50 pounds. Okay, now I'm going to accept the charges, and I'm going to print the box labels. You can print these labels out on regular paper, so print them out. If you want to cut them out to fit, that would be good. Alright, so once that's done, you can click work on another shipment. That'll take you back to your list of orders that you're working on. You can see the first one that I finished now says track shipment because I've printed off the labels. And I'll go ahead and do the exact same thing on shipment 2 and 3. Okay, so once that's done, you're literally just going to take your boxes, call up the UPS store, have them pick them up from your house, or you can do that online. Or you can just go into a UPS store and drop them off. And that's free to do that. Otherwise, if they come to pick it up from your house, it usually costs about $10 to have them do that. Alright, so I wanted to shoot this video for you quick just to kind of recap the boxes. So there's that 1A thing that I was talking about in the video. This just helps organize the shipping. Over here you see that one's 1B. So that's the same shipment, but I had to fit it in 2 different boxes because they wouldn't fit into just one box. Whereas this one's labeled 3 and that one's labeled 2. So I've got 4 total boxes going on this order. But you want to make sure that when you put your shipping label on, if you have an old box that was shipped to you or something, that you cover up any old labels like that so that UPS doesn't accidentally scan it. So, you know, I normally just write 1A on the box like that and then cover that up with the shipping label. Alright, so I'll put on the shipping label and then show you what it looks like. Alright, one other thing that I wanted to mention too is I printed out all of my shipping labels already, and I just marked them on the back of them, you know, 1B, 1A, 2, 3, just to correlate with the boxes that they're going to go on. So now I'll go ahead and stick this on. Okay, so now you can see the label is taped on. I put it right over the old one. And you want to make sure that you tape over the entire label, like all of this with tape, so that if it gets wet it doesn't wreck the label. And I've got my address covered up with my wallet there, so that's why that's there. But anyways, hopefully that helps kind of show you how these boxes should look. And at this point you're ready to go and ship this out to UPS. You can either drop it off at one of their stores, or you can go online or call them to have them pick it up from your house. Alright guys, we're back with another case study. Paul James here, and in this case study I came across this thing. It was called a hover ball. And this was one of the very first things I picked up, and this is kind of what really fueled the bug, I guess. This is how I got the bug for Amazon when I came across this, my very first time trying this. So what happened was I came across these and I shopped for all these just in local stores, you know, the local big box stores around here. But I came across this. I think I paid $2.50 a piece. Yep, $2.50 a piece I paid for these. They're selling right now for $11.58, but this was back in October. I sold them for anywhere between $14 and $19, with a few change on that, so like $19.99 or something like that. So sold quite a lot of them. I picked up all that I could find. They had 40 of them. So you can see here's my little sale notice here on one of them. I searched through my email to find that, but sold all 40 of them right away. Followed the exact same strategies that I'm laying out for you guys, but 2.5 times 40. My investment was $100. So you could have, if you came across this and didn't have a $100 investment to stick into it, you could have, stuck in something smaller and just picked up a few of them. But let's just say, since it was such a wide range of sale between $13 and $19, we'll just say, I don't know, 16. So if on average I made $16 times 40, $640 minus my $100 investment, right? That puts me at $540 approximately. Of course, there's some little other expenses in there like shipping and stuff like that, but still pretty good profit for not a very big investment. I'll trade $100 for $540 all day long. I'll make that trade. All right, so that's case study number 2. I'll catch you in the next video. All right, guys, Paul James here again, case study number 3. So this was something I found. It was a Lala Loopsy doll, and you can see right now it's going for $30.24. When I picked them up, I was able to sell them for $34.99. So pretty similar price. I did make a little bit more money though than they're selling them for right now, so that was cool. This one wasn't as great of a buy as the other 2 case studies you found. Real quick, I'll show you the sales. Oh no, that's the wrong one. That was from the last one. Here it is. So that's the screenshot from my email of where I shipped and sold these. But this one wasn't as great of a buy, but I still want to include it just to show you kind of the differences. So this one, $34.99. I only could find 2 of these ones when I bought them, and I paid $10 each for them. So $20 I spent for an investment, and at $34.99. Let me clear that out. At $34.99 times 2 minus my $20 profit, I made $49.98. Of course, minus the shipping and miscellaneous fees. Still not bad. Still pretty good profit. Just not as good as the other 2. And that was mainly due to a little bit higher price tag of $10, and also just because I couldn't get very many of them. I could only get my hands on 2 of them. So ideally, I would have liked to find more, but I do lots of smaller ones like this too, where I can only buy 1 or 2 of them, and if I can still get a good deal on it, why not? It doesn't take much extra work to add it into my shipment that I'm already sending in. So there's definitely nothing wrong with that. All right, that wraps up case study number 3. I've got one more for you in another video. All right, guys, last case study for you here. This one I thought was pretty interesting because I picked up this One Direction weekly, monthly agenda planner here, and I wasn't sure how it would do because I thought this was kind of an old, obviously an older product. You can tell by the picture of them that they obviously look a lot different now. So I wasn't sure if people would still respond to this one given that, but it did well. Here's my sales thing. Again, this was picked up back in October again. All these case studies are from my first month. That's what this whole product's supposed to be about, how you can do this in a month, because that's what I did. I'm still doing stuff, but I wanted to show you the first month particularly because that's, was most important. So let's talk about the logistics of this one. This one I got a super good deal on, 50 cents a piece. I picked up 5 of them. All right, so, and I sold them, they got them going for $14.99. I sold them between $12.99 and $14.99, so we'll just say $13. So let's do 5 times 13 equals $65 minus my $2.50 investment, $62.50 profit. All right, this is something that you guys can do. I want you to go out and take action on this stuff now that you have sort of an idea of what's possible. You've got examples of different things you can look for. You know where to look, your big box stores, just the normal places you go shopping. Look at the clearance aisles, look for rollback tags, look for red clearance stickers, and get in there and start scanning stuff. And then once you find something with a good profit margin, check the rank. You don't want to buy something with an awful rank and not be able to sell it quickly. You don't want to be spending money and sitting on the item. So that's what you use Rank Informer for. All right, use this stuff, put it into action, and then I want you to reach back out to me once you make some money with this and tell me about it, because I love hearing back from you guys when you guys are successful with this stuff. All right, well, thanks again, and I hope that you enjoyed this little course I put together for you. Hey guys, Paul James here, and welcome to the case study videos. So I'll do each case study in its own video just as a way to keep things organized. And we'll talk about exactly which item I bought that I came across, following the same strategies outlined in this course. Profit bandit, figure out a good profit margin, check the rank with Rank Informer to make sure it'll sell fast, and that's it. So this item right here is the first case study. This is a O2 Cool Pocket Carbonator fan. So we came across this item, got a good deal on it. I paid $1 for each one, sold them for $13.99, and I sold 7 of them. So here's a little screenshot of one of the sales, and these are what the sales look like when they come through. They say that they've shipped and sold, or sold and shipped your order, so that's pretty cool to see, to know that you don't have to worry about shipping it out. And I blurred out tracking numbers and stuff for privacy for the customer, but yeah, so that's what it looks like. We can figure out the exact profit on this. So I paid $1 for each of them. Obviously I bought 7 of them at $7, so that's pretty easy. Sold them for $13.99 each, times 7, $97.93, minus $7, we're at $90.93, right? So pretty good profit there. Not that big of an investment. Obviously we've got some miscellaneous fees here and there for shipping and FBA fees, but still really great profit on this item. And again, I'm just doing these videos to give you an idea of what kind of things you can buy and the potential. You know, of course, you're probably not going to go out and maybe come across the same item, but it's going to give you an idea of what kind of things I look for and the profit margins that we come across. So it's pretty insane. All right, so that wraps up this case study. Join me in the next video for another cool case study. Hey there, Paul James here. Welcome to Module 1. Module 1 is just going to be a breakdown of exactly what we're doing, because as you know, we are going to be doing something with Amazon in this course. But there's a lot of different things you could do with Amazon. You know, you can sell your own products, you can do affiliate marketing, you can sell other people's products. So I want to break down exactly what we're going to be doing, because this course is just going to be straight to the point. So first off, we're not doing private label. Private label is where you take a manufacturer and you just basically slap your own brand on it and sell it as your own. I know a lot of people who make really good money doing private label, but as a beginner, I don't think it's the right step to take, because you're going to have to invest in, you know, barcodes, you're going to have to invest in tags, branding, you know, just all of that stuff, and I just don't think it's a good step for a beginner. And we're also not going to be doing affiliate marketing, obviously. This is all about selling on Amazon. So what we're going to be doing is the easiest way to make money on Amazon, I believe. It's called retail arbitrage, and just from my experience with this, it's just, you're going to love it. So basically, this is how it works in a nutshell. You're going to find an item at a local store. You're going to list it on Amazon. It sells. You make money. That's it. In a nutshell, that's what retail arbitrage is. You're just going to your local store. You're buying an item, listing it on Amazon, and you sell it, and you make money. So if that seems simple, that's because it is really simple. But there is, you know, obviously a little bit more to it than that. You obviously have to find hot selling items. And the reason why is you want to make sure that they're selling fast and not slow, because you're going to be sticking some money into buying those items initially, and you don't want to be sitting on that inventory for a long time. You want to make sure you're getting your money back out right away, so that number one, you can make some money, but number two, you can reinvest some of that money into buying more inventory. Okay, so we're going to be using 2 apps throughout the course. and those apps are going to help us analyze what hot selling items are. So we'll explain that in another module, but just know that you want to make sure you follow exactly how I lay this out, because again, you want to find hot selling items. You don't want to be sitting on that, and those apps will help us analyze that. And really, that's the key to this whole thing, is knowing how to find the hot selling items. Once you know that, you're just going to be smooth sailing from there. The other thing is we're only going to choose items that have a high profit margin. So let me explain to you what I mean. Let's say we pay $2.50 for the item, and we're able to sell on Amazon for $23.50, right? That'd be a really, really great profit margin. Not so great profit margin would be like buying it for, like, let's say $21 and selling it for $23.50, right? That doesn't leave a very good profit margin. So this is the kind of profit margin, this example that I have on the screen right now, is the kind of profit margin we look for. We look for amazing profit margins. And you find this stuff throughout your local stores all the time. I mean, it's just unbelievable what you'll be able to pick up items for and sell them for on Amazon for so much more. And that's why we call this easy retail jackpot, because it feels like you're hitting the lottery or something every time you find one of these items, one of these profit margins. And we will typically buy as many of the same item once we find it as possible. So, like, if we find that item for $2.50 and it's selling for $23.50 and they have like 10 of them in stock, we try to buy all 10 of them as long as our budget allows it, right? You might be just starting off, so you can start small and scale up. Like, if you come across that $2.50 item that's selling for almost 25 bucks and you only have enough to buy 3 of them, then just buy 3 of them and sell that, and just kind of grow as you're able to. But if you have the capital to buy all of them, then buy all of them. It's just, anyone can dive into this, which is why I think it's so low barrier to entry. Whether you have, a lot of seed capital or not much at all, you could still make this work. So what I want you to start by doing is kind of your homework for the end of this module. I really just wanted to be this to be a breakdown of exactly what we're doing in this course, so there's no confusion moving forward. I want you to start by making a list of, maybe the different stores. It can be big box stores, or just kind of stores that you think are nearby your area. So you might make a list of like Walmart, Target, Kmart, etc. So come up with that list, write it down, because we're going to be using that later when we go and find inventory. All right, so join me in the next module and we'll continue to break things down a little bit further.